Hi dear students, how are you? I hope you're fine. Today we are going to complete chapter 7 market structures. We talked about section 1 competition in market structures, and today we are going to discuss market failures, and then we are going to discuss the role of government in further sections. So let's start. Remember that we talked about here the market structures, and we talked about the perfect competition, we talked about the monopolistic competition, and we talked about the monopoly and the oligopoly and the 5 main factors for the market structures. Also, we discussed this in previous sections. So today we are going to discuss the market failure, and let's see here the market failures together, and also the government intervention. In this section, we are going to find out that the inadequate competition between here the different producers, and because of the inadequate information or the imperfect information, the immobile resources, the public goods, and the externalities can lead to market failures. So important here content vocab that we're going to use: externality, positive externality, negative externality, and also market failure, public goods. So we are going to have here a question. I want to ask you this question, and if I say, are you familiar with any businesses today that may engage in price fixing? What do you think, guys? Yes, no, or maybe? We will discuss this at the session. So, types of market failures. Main idea we're going to discuss: markets can sometimes fail. Why? Because of, I want you to study the main reasons very well: inadequate competition between here the producers, inadequate information, the information are or is imperfect here, or isn't sufficient for both here, for the consumers or the producers, resource immobility, and public goods and externalities. So if I ask you, what are the 5 main causes of market failure? Inadequate competition, inadequate information, resource immobility, and public goods, and the last thing, which is externalities. Externalities, yeah. So we will discuss more and more the externalities because it has 2 main parts: negative externality and positive externality. So if I ask you something before we continue, how does the inadequate information lead to market failure? So, inadequate information, profits spent on executives, positive externalities result, slow drain on the economy. We will discuss in the session. So, externalities, the main here idea of dealing with externalities. Externalities, what does it mean? Externalities here indicate the market failure. Yeah, but we didn't know the meaning of externalities now yet, and it can be corrected by the government action. What does it mean, externalities? We didn't know. Externalities distort decisions made by consumers and producers, resulting in less efficient economy. So I'm having here decisions made by consumers and producers, resulting in less efficient economy. So I have to correct the negative externalities. What will be done, or what have been done? Government here intervened. Okay, government adds a tax on 2 products sold by the firm. So firms have less incentive here because the tax increases the product's price, of course. So the higher prices reduces the quantity demanded, of course, yes. So again. I'm having here how to deal with externalities, correcting negative externalities. How to correct the negative externalities. Government here has to intervene to adding tax onto some products sold by the firm. Firms have less incentive now because the tax increases the product's price, of course. Higher prices reduce here the quantity demanded. And this is the main aim for the government for this particular here product. People affected may face fewer problems. So here, guys, I can say an example to make you understand more, like here smoking cigarettes. So if here government wants to reduce the pollution or the harms that affected people by smoking more and more, so they can add a tax on cigarettes. The products here means the cigarettes. Firms here have less incentives because the tax increases what the product's price or the cigarette's price. Higher prices reduce quantity demanded by what? By the consumer. I'm not going to buy more and more from the cigarettes. So people affected may face fewer problems of, for example, heart attack, for example, many and it may cause death here, right? So correcting positive externalities. Let's have here correcting positive. Here was the last thing, correcting negative externalities. Example, the cigarettes. Here I'm correcting positive externalities. Positive externalities, yeah. Here I'm subsidizing local programs such as, of course, education helps here communities. Here I'm, as a government, I'm trying to give some subsidies to encourage here those programs, local programs like education. I want to encourage the education. Programs are expensive and many are left underfunded, so I will use here the subsidies to help here education to be more and more for free or for lower funds. Do you think a fully paid educational program, guys, for all citizens from preschool through college would make communities substantially better than they are? So what do you think? I need you to say. Okay, the questions will be discussed inside the class. Thank you for listening, my dear students. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to send me on the SCL or at school. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.